Alright everybody, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Now, 5th year anniversary is out on Global, and I've seen a lot of discussion on who's better between Vegito and Gogeta on Twitter and Reddit, and it's time for me to throw my hand in the discussion, right? I'm not gonna pander. I'm not gonna say that, oh, they're about the same. I'm gonna break them down, and I'm gonna tell you who personally, after using them both a lot, I've used them on pretty much every event. The only event I haven't used them both on is the Legendary Go. I mean, not the Legendary Goku event, Super Battle Road. And I'll discuss who I think is gonna be better in the Super Battle Road in a bit. But yeah. So I'm gonna be talking about who I think is personally better. I am gonna give somebody the #1 spot. I'm not gonna be like, they both can be #1. Nope, one of them is gonna have the #1 spot. I honestly think the second one could be put as #3 compared to UI Goku, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say the second one is in the #2 spot. So yeah, here we go. Let's look at them and break down who I think is actually gonna be better overall. Alright, starting off with LR Vegito transforms into LR Vegito Blue. LR Vegito Blue is, come on, this guy is hard. Alright, so enough of that. Let's do this leader skill. Final trump card in Potara category, key 3 and HP attack and defense 150%. Now this leader skill I think is a landslide compared to Blue Gogeta. Reason why is they both share the final trump card category team lead, but Potara is miles ahead of Fusions. I think Fusions is so limited to really just Gogeta and Gotenks, while Potara you have what? Vegito, Super Vegito, Blue Vegito, Goku Black, Zamasu, Merge Zamasu, Corrupted Merge Zamasu, every single Kai. You have so many units that just shit, like they're just everywhere with those dumbass Potara earrings, right? And then you have those alongside the other universes, right? You have Kefla, you have the other Kais in that universe. You get me? So Potara is just a landslide better than Fusion. I mean, I'm sorry, I love Fusion more, but speaking the facts, right? I don't make the facts, I just speak them, right? Next we have the Vegito combo right here, his 12 key. This is all base form, by the way. Stacks attack and causes colossal damage. That's the exact same thing as Gogeta's. And Big Bang attack, stacks attack and causes mega colossal damage. Same thing as Gogeta's, right? This passive is the exact same thing as Gogeta's. Let's just read it real quick. Nobody has any bonus points here when it comes to this. I'm gonna read it. This is the exact same thing as Gogeta. I will go over it with him, but anyways, his passive skill is called Die. Attack and defense 70%. Key 3 and launches an additional super attack that has an additional attack. Excuse me. That has a medium chance of becoming an additional super attack when attacking. High chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack as the third attacker in the turn. Transform when conditions are met. Really good in the base form. I would say both of their base forms are actually pretty underrated and dogged on, and that's why a lot of people drop them. But their base form is incredible, amazing. Especially if you float them, they're nuts. Keep them in the first art, they're nuts. Like, I really do like their base form, and I have never had an issue with their base form, you get me? But here, this is where the comparison really starts, because again, both their base forms, if we look at over at Gogeta, where's his passive? Right there, yup, attacking defense 70%, key 3, launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when attacking, high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack as the third attacker in a turn, transforming conditions are met. They're the exact same thing as passive skills, and if we look at his attack, stacks attack, colossal and mega colossal damage, right? So let's look at Vegito. They both transform starting from the third turn, which is, I think, is probably one of the best transformation mechanics. Who else has that? Like AGL Bardock has that, and that's what makes him so good. That's another video though. So Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, or Blue Vegito. Here we go. Okay, let's just read his passive, and then we'll go over Gogeta's passive, and I'm gonna say who gets the points there. Attack and defense 77%. Key 2 launches an additional super attack, plus an additional key +1 up to 5, and attack and defense 7%. With each attack performed as the first or second attacker in a turn, launches an additional super attack and a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, as the third attacker in a turn. This guy on paper is incredible, in game incredible. He easily again is one of the best units in the game. I can't stop saying that. Essentially, this video is gonna say who I think is better, but it's pretty much to convince you if you're skipping this banner for Blue Goku and Vegeta to summon on this banner, right? Compared to Gogeta, let's just go over Gogeta real quick. Where's Gogeta's passive? Attack and defense 70%. Whoops, that's his thing. Attack and defense 77%. Key 5 launches an additional attack. Fuck off. An additional attack fuck off. Launches an additional attack plus an additional attack and defense 7% up to 77% with each attack performed, and attacks effective against all types as the first and second attack in the turn. Launches an additional attack, super attack, and high chance of evading enemy's attack as the third attacker in a turn. Let me just put this on do not disturb real quick. Sorry about that. Remember that effective against all types. Remember that. So on paper, this is pretty much going to start off who I think is better. Both of their kits are amazing. Let me acknowledge that. Both of these units are the best units in the game, and you can switch these around. It really does come down to who you like more, because both the banners are incredible. I think Vegito's banner is better by a decent margin, but both the banners are incredible. Both units are incredible. Both teams are incredible. Vegito's team again is better, like period. But this is where I start to get a difference. So on paper, Blue Vegito's looks better. He is gonna have more ki than Gogeta because he starts with 2 ki and can build up to 5 extra ki. So he's gonna get 7 ki, while Gogeta starts off with 5 ki just off the bat. Now, after using these units extensively, both, again, I do need to acknowledge that I do have Gogeta at 90%, while Vegito I have 55%. Clearly, this one I like more, but I do use Friend Rainbow Vegitos to compare, or even 90% Vegitos. Like, I've been doing the Legendary Goku event over and over, the Infinite Dragon Ball history with both the Rainbow Friend and my Gogeta partnered up to see who can output more or can do better. What was I going with that? Oh yeah. I found that Gogeta's just starting off with 5 ki is a lot more useful than Vegito's build up with the ki. I feel like that just starting off with 5 ki is good enough and definitely suffices. While obviously Vegito's ki 7, eventually ki plus 7 is really good, but I just think the plus 5 ki off the bat is better off Blue Gogeta, right? But here's where people think Vegito dominates, which he does, but let's read it again. He guarantees, they both stack to 77% with attack and defense, by the way. Let's just clarify that. He guarantees an additional super attack, while Blue Gogeta guarantees himself an additional normal attack. As you can see, where is it? Launches an additional attack. That's just a normal. That can't be a super at all. It doesn't say with a chance to be with a chance to become a super attack. It's just an additional attack. It's just an additional normal attack. Vegito's additional super attack. Now, Vegito can get up to 3. On a normal turn, Vegito can get up to 3 super attacks. Gogeta can get up to 2, right? Because Gogeta will get his first super attack, normal attack. If you get the hidden potential, you get his additional super. Vegito, his first one, then he gets a guaranteed second one, and then he gets a guaranteed third one. You could push Vegito's to 4th and Gogeta's to 3, depending on if you do some funny business with the active skill. But it's not funny business, but just if you play like placements, that's another video you guys can watch on somebody else, on somebody else's channel. But let's just say, for the sake of this argument, Vegito's gonna have 3 and Gogeta's gonna have 2. Even with that Vegito advantage, I found that Gogeta outputs a lot more damage. Again, I do run friend Vegitos. If you look at my friends list, where is he? I do have a friend Rainbow Vegito. Where are you? Right here, that I've been using a lot. Whenever I get the chance, whenever he pops up, I'll use them. Definitely, I always look for Rainbow Vegitos, and they're actually a lot more common than you think. Gogeta outputs a lot more damage because you're relying with Vegito on the hidden potential to activate, while Gogeta is just guaranteeing himself the close to crit damage with the effective against all types. I believe it is like a 1.5 multiplier when you get a crit, and then another 1.5 for addition effective against all types. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be 0.5, somewhere around that range. So essentially, what I see with this is Gogeta can't be walled. He can't be walled at all. Nothing can stop Gogeta, right? I took him into Infinite Dragon Ball history event. He did just as much damage to Blue Gogeta as Vegito did. Vegito got, again, 2 super attacks. My Blue Gogeta got 1 super attack. He did more damage. Gogeta does have get to a higher attack stat from what I found. I could be misrepresenting this completely, but from what I found is I made sure both of them pretty much built up their entire passive, because I made sure they were getting consistent numbers by the Broly fight. That's the second last fight in that. and Gogeta does put up higher numbers. Because I do get that, because Vegito does get his guaranteed additional. But Gogeta, that type effect against all types. And again, this is let's just consider this at 55% from now on. It's just a lot more useful and better to count that, right? While Vegito can be walled. If, for example, Legendary Goku event, if you fight in UI Goku and don't crit, you're doing no damage at all. Gogeta, you will. Let's say UI Goku was AGL. Gogeta will still can't be stopped. He'll keep doing damage, right? Now, where Vegito should have a huge advantage, defensively, he should have a huge advantage. Because he does, if you don't know, the fusions right here, they stack attack and defense on the normal and raise defense. Oh, they don't stack it, but they raise it for one turn, excuse me. And they raise defense. They both do the same thing. They raise defense on their 18 key. Vegito should have a huge advantage defensively. But again, from what I found, Gogeta actually starts off with a higher defensive stat than Vegito. I think Gogeta was like, let's just say Gogeta will be around 110k while Vegito will be at 100k. But Vegito again gets his guaranteed additional super, which is 2 supers, which will raise his defense twice. Gogeta will raise it once, depending on the hidden potential for both of them. Vegito can raise it 3 times. Gogeta can raise it twice. So Vegito should be better defensively. The thing is with this is that even though he is going to be better defensively, like there's no doubt in my mind that Vegito is going to have a high defense after he supers. Gogeta isn't pathetic, where he isn't bad. He isn't getting really bodied, even by an AGL type after super attacking. Gogeta is still tanking really well. He's still doing really good. Of course, if you get super by somebody like Blue Gogeta in the Infinite Dragon Ball History event, he's still taking 150 to 200k. I think my Gogeta fully built up after getting 2 super attacks took I want to say like 120k from a super attack from Blue Gogeta, which is really good. But Vegito, on the other hand, you know, I think he only took like 30k from that Blue Gogeta, which again is type advantage to be fair. But Blue Gogeta isn't being shut down by an AGL type. And I really think that's where Blue Gogeta is pushed to be the #1 unit in the game. Yes, if you haven't got it yet, I think Blue Gogeta is #1. I think Vegito is #2. I think he's #3, but for the sake of the video, we'll say he's #2. I think UI Goku is #2, but that's another video if you guys want it. Gogeta, I think, is going to be a lot more impressive offensively. It should have been Gogeta's going to be a lot more impressive offensively, but Vegito is going to be a lot more impressive defensively. Excuse me. But from what I found, is Gogeta is a lot more impressive offensively, but Vegito is slightly better defensively. That's what I found. That's why I really think Gogeta takes it. Again, if you want to say that Vegito is better, sure, go ahead, do what you got to do. But from my experience, from using 100% Vegito and a 90% Gogeta, I found Gogeta is actually better than Vegito. Now, here's where things start to switch up. I think Vegito actually is a more valuable unit to summon for. The reason why, link skills, I think Gogeta does have better links, by the way, because Vegito has his shitty ass link, power bestowed by a god, while Gogeta has warrior gods, which is significantly better. For more valuable to summon for, I was talking to my friend and my cousin about this. It's really on who you prefer. But if, let's say, new account, you like Vegito and Gogeta exactly the same, I honestly would recommend summoning for Vegito. Vegito's banner is better, and Vegito is actually on a couple more teams. He's on, I think, better teams. He's on his are 2 own teams, Realm of Gods, which Gogeta's on, Time Traveler's Future, which just got ginormous buffs. Like, they're really top tier teams. Kamehameha Transformation Boost. It's the Time Travelers in the Future Saga that I think really take it over Blue Gogeta, while Blue Gogeta is actually on just movie heroes over. So Vegito has an extra team over him, and I think both of those teams are better than movie heroes. Movie heroes doesn't get buffed a lot. I really think Blue Gogeta should have been the movie heroes lead alongside Final Trump Card. But I think Vegito is gonna be more valuable to summon for. Again, it's look, it's just a better banner overall. And Vegito himself, again, on more teams. But that being said, Gogeta right now, even with the new Goku and Vegeta that is on JP, that just released for the Town of Battle celebration, Blue Gogeta is #1 in Dokkan.